Hey guys, Kira here. Just a quick note that we will be taking a break this week, but we will resume normal programming next week. So until then, as Mac always says, peace, love, and chicken grease.
You guys all lose. Crow wins.
Yeah.
All right, Kira, if you will.
Which company introduced the first mobile phone to the United States in 1983? Was it A, Motorola, B, Nokia, or C, Samsung?
One more time, Kira. You broke up a little bit. One more time.
Which company introduced the first mobile phone to the United States in 1983? Was it A, Motorola, B, Nokia, or C, Samsung?
Damn, Maroney got in there quick. He got in there quick. Okay. I will say my embarrassing story about this once it's over.
Ooh, I love it when we hear childhood stories from that.
How dare you? That was a very mocking tone.
Well, it was meant to be. Just the tale of the terrible jacket last Friday.
I wish I had never said anything about that. I really do. I regret
You're never living
that.
it down. I will always remember it.
I think one of these was my first phone as well. With the
This thing was
credit
I'll get
card
into it in a
size,
second.
credit card size SIM cards.
I'll get into this. Yeah, it was. It was white. It was huge.
All right, it was Motorola.
Absolutely huge. And as we go through the examples, it was a total brick, Maroney. It was a total brick, complete brick. Now, of course, we were too poor to afford one of these phones. We were entirely too poor. So went over to my cousin's house. His dad was making decent money, and he had one of these things. And this thing was fucking heavy. It was at least 2-3 pounds. It was not a light thing. It was like a aerobic weight. It was massive.
It was mostly battery as well.
Yeah, and the thing is, the sound quality was awful. It was fucking terrible. It was like, you know how you have cans on a string? Or if you take your phone and you put it under a pile of garbage and then cover that garbage up with rocks and cover those rocks up with dirty leaves and then have somebody give you a call. It sounded sort of like that. It was shit quality.
It's a good defense weapon, Minor Zircon. A good defense weapon.
Yeah, you could kill somebody with this thing. You really could.
Was it the lead acid batteries that
yes,
these ones
it
had
was.
as well? Jesus.
And if you left it in the car, Kira, if you left this thing in the car, it would either explode or a bunch of ants would gather around the battery. I'm serious about this. I'm not joking. A bunch of ants would cover the phone and die. Like it would be caked in ants. I know you people know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the ants would sacrifice themselves for the greater good.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I think it's because of the magnetic
they're actually
signal.
Responding because they know that phone is going to explode. So they're trying to save it. You know, like when a guy jumps onto a grenade.
We must sacrifice ourselves for the greater good.
Exactly.
It was a horrible experience. All right, let's cleanse this nonsense from my troubled mind and get into another bit of music, shall we?
All right, what's the name of the artist and the title of the song? It's true.
Something you find amusing about that tune, Crow?
It's yeah, proper Euro trash.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was big here. Big here. It was a huge hit here. Really
I would drive about in my Vespa. The girls would love me.
Yeah. Minor Zircon.
Oh no.
Minor Zircon. I mean, excuse me. Maroni is beating you out by like a fraction of a second, Tom. It really is. It's like blindingly close.
Like
So
what
he's
Crow
got
said.
fiber.
Yeah. Crow said paying for fiber.
And again, guys, remember you got to get Tom. Tom's right. Technically, Tom got that one because he's got title and artist.
With silence. She blinded me with silence.
All right, let me tell you what.
With science.
Let me tell you what to do if you get a right answer here, and then I'll come back and we'll come back and we'll continue with the quiz. If you get a right answer, you need to do this here. Hey, did you get a right answer on Mr. Burger's pop quiz? What you need to do is DM me at NerdNationInfo on Twitter or email me at MrBurger317@NerdNationMedia.com. Put your answer in and follow it up with contact information. We'll put you in a contest and we're going to give away free stuff every week. Every week. U.S. residents only. One winner per household for every 60 days. All right, folks. Yeah, we're like I said, we're molding that into a big contest where I'm going to give away one of those huge wrestling belts. So I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. Let's get into another question. I think we're going to jump back. No. Let's stay with the 80s because this is more embarrassment for old Mac. Here we go. Kira, if you will.
Sure, when it comes on screen.
Oh, God. That's a twofer on the embarrassment front,
Technical
folks.
wizardry.
God.
All right. Which athletic shoe brand sold the most shoes in the 1980s? Was it A, Puma, B, Reebok, or C, Nike?
Which is it? Which is it?
Ooh, we got Tim P in first.
Hold on a second. Wait, folks. Listen to the year. Listen to the year, the 80s, not the 90s. Some of you would be absolutely right if you were in the 90s. It is not. It's the 80s.
I have no idea on this one.
Oh my God, nobody's getting it. I think one person got
No,
it.
I think one person got it. Yeah, because I remember these.
Two people got it. Tom recovered. One Punch Man and Tom recovered.
It looks like Tom has recently upgraded to fiber.
All right, it was Reebok.
Kira, yes, it's Reebok. That's the 80s, not the 90s.
Who did not want a pair of Reebok pumps? I mean,
there you go.
They were the bee's balls.
Holy
Did
crap.
you wear this with that stupid jacket?
Now, listen. Don't start that. That's how rumors get started. Now, let me stop you right there.
Folks,
he wore rumors get started.
With the stupid jacket. He wore it with the stupid jacket.
I did not wear Reeboks. I wore Pumas. Okay, big difference. One was stupid on one level. The other one was stupid on another level.
So
okay?
Double stupid.
So I did not wear these. A lot of guys did. Questionable whether or not they appeared in.
Did you wear these?
I wore Reebok pumps.
Oh wow!
The ones with the little.
By the way,
if you pump them up too much, the dust would fly everywhere. There we go.
Sort of like
yes.
Sort of like
yes. Yes.
Here, these were the most embarrassing things. All these dudes bending over to squeeze that little You squeeze this little thing up here, and they pump air into it. It's fucking ridiculous. It was a goddamn clown show.
Mac, you have Minor Zircon in your corner.
Hell yeah, because Minor Zircon is a good American. A good American.
I still wear high tops. I still wear high tops to this day because of Reebok pump, and I am proud.
God bless you, Tim P.
I'm a proud pumper.
So did I, Tim P. I finally got a real pair. But yeah, Crow, that's how embarrassing. You know what? I came out of this one actually pretty good.
Yeah, by comparison to jacket.
I still hey. But at least it wasn't pumps. Kira, yeah, I gotta find video of that. It's ridiculous.
I've seen it. I've seen them.
They actually brought out a pair of Reebok pumps which were brown and black, so you could wear them as going clubbing shoes, because clubs wouldn't let you in with white sneakers or trainers. Right. So then they brought out these Reebok pumps. I had a pair of those as well. My brother stole them.
Let's move on before things get so embarrassing. Somebody Minecrafts themselves. Here we go.
All right. Which animated TV show created by Mike Judge premiered in 1993 and centered on two teenage couch potatoes?
All right. Tom ought to be able to get this one. He's a fan. He's a huge fan of this.
Minor Zircon's just laughing at your stolen shoes, Crow.
Morpheus Johnson got in real quick.
I just like all these misspellings. It's great.
Are we doing the misspelling game again?
Yes.
I gotta be honest. I love Mike Judge's stuff, except for his new shit. Like, I love Silicon Valley. I thought it was a very, very funny show. I never got into this. I love King of the Hill. Obviously, I did, but I just never got into Beavis and Butthead. I just never did. And Tom is literally a historian on this particular show. He really is.
It's like a young metalhead thing. I think it was. Yep.
Yeah, because of where it was on MTV.
Yep. Right next to Headbangers Ball.
Yeah, that's right. It did come on right at the beginning, before.
It was Beavis and Butthead.
Agreed, Maroney. Agreed. 100% agree. Beavis and Butthead. I just never got into this shit. I never got into it.
I used to go to a school with a guy that looked exactly like both of them put together.
Oh, wow. How unfortunate. How unfortunate.
You can't copy me.
Let's see. Let's get into a bit of music once again. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
What's the name of the artist and the title of the song?
Whoa.
That makes 3.
Christ. All right. You know what?
Third time's a charm.
Those of you that live in glass houses, please pick up a stone and throw it. Let me get myself straight on a technical level, and we'll just do another question for the 90s. I hear your derisive laughter, and I'm fine with it because I'm a bigger person than that. Here we go.
Inside, he's crying.
Love it.
Thank you. Kira, if you will.
Which famous rapper was murdered in a drive-by shooting in 1996?
Vanilla Ice.
Yes.
We can only hope.
The one we see these days is a clone.
Yeah.
A sad and miserable one.
But also rich. He's still rich.
Yeah.
No, not anymore. Not anymore since
He's not rich.
Queen won their lawsuit.
Oh, did he?
I think Queen won the lawsuit on that one. It's like, you're using exactly the same. You're using our sample.
Yes, but It was Tupac.
It's Tupac, everybody. Tupac. Anybody get it? Anybody get it?
Yeah, a lot of people got it. It was a big toss-up. Some people were like Tupac. Some people were Biggie.
Have we started that east-west divide again? Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep,
And Tom
that is
was
it.
saying-
That is it. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right, let's get into another bit of music, shall we?
Back when rap actually had meaning behind lyrics instead of just
Yeah, instead
girls,
of,
drugs, and
Yeah.
whatever.
This guy
That's-
actually was.
That's why I like Killer Mike these days. His stuff actually has meaning.
Let's get into. Oh God, this is obscure as shit. We may have an actual tough one coming up. Let's try it. Here's a music question.
All right, what's the name of the artist and the title of the song? Hope it's not a repeat.
Not necessarily the best singer, but iconic nonetheless. What do you think of this particular artist?
Oof.
Anybody know?
Midnight's Edge straight in there.
Yeah, I figured Tom would know.
He actually owns a pub in Glasgow.
Does he?
Yep.
Tom used to do one of the best overnight radio shows. So yeah, he knows his music.
And you may ask yourself,
Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was.
That's one of those songs, like I said the last Friday, where you most likely heard it, but
You
no
probably didn't
idea
know what
it's
it was,
called.
what it's called. Yeah.
No idea what it's called.
Let's go for another obscure one. Because I have run this question 3 times, and I think only 1 or 2 people got it. Here we go.
Name of the artist and the title of the song.
Sorry, this is a little bit loud. Real big during that whole new wave thing coming out of Britain. Real big one. So this one, Tom, who's the artist though? Who's the artist? Oh, I mean, that's the artist, but what's the name of the song? What's the name of the song, Tom?
Or anyone.
Or anyone. Minor Zircon.
No clue.
No clue.
No clue.
There we go. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Well
That's
done,
my
One Punch.
boy, Tom. There we go. Oh, shit. Wow, that's really loud.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, folks. All
Do we
right,
count that as
let's.
the fourth.
What's that again?
Do we count that
Broke
as the
up.
fourth? Is that the fourth technical mistake?
I wouldn't call that a technical mistake. That's
That-
not
that
what I
was-
would say.
That was a minor. That was a minor mishap.
So first minor mishap. All right, 1 minor mishap, 3 technical mistakes.
What's this count stuff?
I don't
What's
know.
going
Just,
on?
you
Keeping
know,
a tally. Keeping a tally.
exactly. I have a whiteboard just off screen. You know.
Kira's the stage manager. She
Wow,
It
this
is,
is
it's
you
true.
know,
my friends, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. One more from the 80s. Question. Here we go. Blah, blah, blah.
What animated Disney film was released in 1989? A. The Jungle Book, B. The Lion King, or C. The Little Mermaid?
D, 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Ew.
Take that back. Take that back.
Any clue out there? Any clue out there? Who we got?
A lot of people. A lot of people.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Who came in first?
I think Maroney got it first.
Maromi, yep.
Tom, you got to see who Moromi's provider is. For internet.
9 seconds on the big clock. One second.
Was
Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid.
All right, we got an example of this coming up. I've never seen this.
If you didn't know it.
Neither this version or the new one. I've never seen it.
Wow.
I have no plan to. I put the Pointer Sisters over that because Disney is notorious for copyright strikes.
Yeah, I've not seen the new one. Have no desire to see the new one.
I don't either. I have no desire. I actually would like to watch the old one, but I'm damned if I'll watch the new one.
It's a good movie.
Thank you, One Punch Man.
Yes. What do you say?
I said, Crow, that'll be released in 2029 by Disney.
Yes. Oh dear.
Okay. All right. Let's jump into a couple more from the 90s. Here we go. Favorite television show. Here we go.
Which long-running TV show featuring FBI agents investigating paranormal phenomena debuted in 1993?
Starred David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson.
Insufferable.
Anderson.
She annoys me.
Tim P with the sneak. Got in, Tim P. Side note, features creepy like that. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Saw it in Blockbusters. That's how I know. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
The misspelling game. Well, I mean, we should have a prize for the person who misspells it. comedy. Way.
It was the X-Files. Of course it was.
Of course it was. An example of my favorite show, favorite episode coming up.
They removed it from all the scenes, animated it, then re-entered the thing with a speed blur and buzzing sound, with the end result being of Gary Lambert, a man who, trapped in the world...
That episode was about a guy who worked in a call center, and I worked in a call center at the time. Basically, one of the first jobs I got back when I came from overseas. About he was the only one that could see his boss, and his boss was this horrible mutant alien bug, like a giant praying mantis. But he was the only one that could see it, could see through the illusion. And the boss would call people into the office, and it would bite them and drain all the life out of them. And then he would reanimate them as a bunch of zombies. But they looked normal. The boss looked normal. The people that he would call it more looked normal. It was one of the best damn shows in the world. That was one of the best episodes, one of the best shows in the world. And apparently some of the writers transferred over to Supernatural, according to Maroney, which I can believe, because Supernatural was a quality show. It was a very quality show.
At least
quality show.
A little while.
Yep. Quality show.
Dragged.
Yeah. It kind of lost its flavor there a bit. Let's get into a couple more and then we'll call it a night. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Ooh,
granddaughter. No, it's my daughter.
Was there One Punch Man coming for Crow? Which of these was a U.S. president in the 1990s?
Alrighty, trippies, how's it going? Just to let you know that we have to take the week off this week, but we will be coming back next week, and next week I get my metal quiz on. Yeah, I'm not going to go easy on you either because, you wanted harder questions. You're going to get much, much harder questions. And the rest of us will be back. Mr. Burger will be back, and so will Kira. So we'll see you next week.
What was the first music video to be played on MTV back in August 1981? Was it A, Abacab by Genesis, which is a goddamn wonderful song. It's fantastic. I love that song. That was the first time I ever saw a drummer drum and sing at the same time. My God. I never saw that before in my entire life. I didn't know it was even possible. Okay. A was Abacab. B, Down Under by Minute Work. The guy had boss-eyedness. He was kind of cockeyed, but he could sure sing. Or C, Video Killed the Radio Stars by the Bungles. Let's see what it is.
I heard you on the wireless back in 52.
Gave you a little bit of a hint there, just a little bit of a hint. What do you think? A, Genesis. B, Down Under. C, Video Killed the Radio Star. Let's get back to it. Ethan Flash, you're looking good at 17 seconds. Winslow, Red Cross, you're looking good at 17 seconds. 10, 9. Give me a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. What do we got? The Bungles, Video Killed the Radio Star. This was obscure. I don't blame you guys if you didn't get it. Some fucking dope ass suits. Tell me those suits aren't fucking dope as shit. Fucking dope. All right. Let's see. We're going to move on here to a question in the 90s. What do we got? Here we go. Let's do another back-to-back music. Here we go. All right. This is definitely Crow. No big hints there on this one. Let's see. This is right up your alley. Here we go. Zombie and Linger were two of the biggest hits in the 90s. They were monster hits for a fruity Irish rock band fronted by Doris. Can you give me that last name, bro? Was it?
O'Riordan.
O'Riordan. I don't know. I had a huge. I love this band. I love this.
Irish.
They charted for almost 25 weeks. Let's get into this question, shall we?
I do know that the answer to the question is also what is good if you've got a problem with your urinary tract.
That's what we call in the game show industry a twofer.
A twofer.
Of course, it's the Cranberries. Wonderful, wonderful band. Great band. One of my all-time favorites. Folks, this was during a time in the early 90s when people had this thing called talent. I know a lot of you are not familiar with that, living in the late 2Ks. But yeah, there was this amazing thing called talent. A lot of people had it.
Have you seen the recent talent that's out there?
Quite a bit of it.
It's amazing. It's a ice cream, yum yum, gang gang, yum ice cream. Have you seen that? The NPC stuff. It's I don't know. It is honestly weird, but it's also hilarious at the same time because
one of the missions of this particular show is to just keep people's mind off of the darkest timeline that we live in. And I do this because I want to remember a better time when people weren't crazy, when men couldn't be women and women couldn't be men, where there wasn't a fucking groomer around every fucking corner or fucking some weirdo popped out of a bowl of cereals. You know, I'm just trying to hold focus on when times were good. Listen, Crow, we got to tell people what to do.
Yum, ice cream's good.
We got to tell people what to do if they get a right answer. What are they going to do? How do they win these great prizes? Let me get one of these great prizes down here. This is let me bring myself up here on the old big screen here. Hang on, folks. Here we go. Listen, you can win yourself one of these great plushie toys. We'll send it out to you. Continental U.S. only. And a winner per household every 60 days. You get yourself a free plushie toy. I've already sent out 23 of these bad boys. You know what I mean? So let me tell you what you do here if you get a right answer. Here we go. Here's what you need to do. Go to www.mrburgertv.com and subscribe. The subscribe button's all the way down at the bottom, pumpkin. Click it, subscribe, get the goodness. Check out our latest Indiegogo campaign and look us up on fundmycomics.com. All right. Let's get back into this real quick. Let me bring this up. Here we go. Add to the screen and bring this up. Here we go. What feature film featured creatures that shouldn't be fed after midnight? A bonus hit.
Film.
Bonus hint. You can't get them wet either. Is it A, Gremlins, B, Trolls, or C, Critters? Which one is it out there in Quizland? Here we go.
If one of the answers was My Children, it would be up there.
Father of the Year winner in Sweden, folks, and you can see why by that particular comment. Here we go. Good one, Rob, the creepy cat man. Winslow got the last one. The Cranberries got the one last one there. 30 seconds on the big clock. Rob the cat man in with it first. Come on, folks, you know this. It's Gremlins. It's Gremlins. Here's a little clip for you.
You're
Big hit for the 80s. Big hit, folks. Big, huge hit.
One of the best Christmas movies out there.
Yep. Great film. All right, folks, let me see something with Hanky with my layout. We've got another music question for you. Here it is. Boom. Name an artist of this new wave super band.
How
Another
does it feel?
big hit, monster hit in the UK. One of the early, there was a show called Top of the Pops or something in the UK. This group had one of the biggest ratings for that show when it came out. Here we go. Moving on with it. Nine seconds. New Order Blue Monday is the name of this particular tune. New Order Blue Monday. It is a
fantastic new wave song.
Amazing new wave song. Winslow, sometimes you just got to guess. Actually, Winslow, all you got to do is contact me. You literally have won at least a plushie. So just get in contact with yours truly, and we'll get that right out.
Winslow.
And Crazy Cat Man Rob, also you have too. I mean, for God's sake, you guys got to get. I've owed those two guys plushie toys for like weeks. It's just they don't get in contact with me. All right, here we go. Let's move on to another question from the 80s. What are we gonna do? Let's go with this one right here. Which television show features a group of highly trained soldiers who were falsely accused of a crime and went underground to clear their names?
The Golden Girls.
A lot of people guessed that, but oddly enough, that's wrong. Is it A, Strike Force, B, the A-Team, or C, Outlaws with Lorenzo Lamas? Which one is it? Let me know right now. Little known fact about this particular show, one of the lead actors, George Papard, was literally drunk all the time.
He's also in one of my favorite sci-fi films. Battle Beyond the Stars.
Yeah, he was drunk a lot. Probably was drunk in that particular movie. And the other characters, matter of fact, there were several characters in this particular show. 3 of them actually that were in huge sci-fi movies before they got the job. One of them was in Battlestar Galactica. Yep. One of them was in Battle Beyond the Stars, and one of them was not after. He was actually in a huge sci-fi property after the show went off. Played a character named Reginald Barkley on Next Generation. Who is it?
I'm still going with Golden Girls.
Again, most people guess that, but for some reason it's wrong. Winslow coming through. Rob coming through. Five seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. It's the A-Team. It's the A-Team. A little bit of an example of who the A-Team were coming up in just a second.
Well, Mr. Baracus.
They survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
Flaming, raging alcoholic.
Well, the Mr. Baracus.
Yeah.
Or Mr. T. He was very wholesome, very, very wholesome for having all that pimp gold.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy, born again dude. You saw Dirk Benedict there, plays Starbucks in Battlestar Galactica, and you're seeing Dwight Schultz right here in this particular clip, who played Reginald Barkley on Next Generation.
Played Murdoch.
The 80s, Jesus.
Like every kid I knew either wanted to be B.A. Baracus or Murdoch. That was it.
My God, what a wonderful, truly wonderful time to be alive. The 80s. Oh, you guys, but you really missed it. This show was absolutely nonsensical. It made no sense. The plot was paper thin. It was thin as a puddle of water. It was silly as fuck. Nobody ever got shot.
Back to silly.
Nobody ever got shot. They could literally hold a gun right at your head, and they fire the pistol, and the bullet would magically hit the ground. It made absolutely no sense, but you loved it.
And
by the way,
every grenade would throw like four or five people up in the air.
Absolutely. Yeah. Not injuring a single person. And at one point in time, this show, the absolute fact, had 65 million people watching it. 65 million. Now compare that to Batwoman, who had left less than 500,000.
65 million is the entire population of the UK.
65 million people were watching this show at one point in the United States. Again, Batwoman had less than 500,000. Secret Invasion, the new Marvel show, I think has less than 325,000. The Flash never got above 1.2 million people watching it. The numbers are embarrassing. You get 3 million people watching your show nowadays, and that's considered to be a fucking hit. What a joke of a timeline we live in. My goodness. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's do another one from the 80s. Here we go. Listen, who was the president who served most of the years during the 1980s? Was it Bush, A, B, Reagan, or C, Nixon? Who was it? Nickname the Gipper. "29 seconds. It's the last question of the night. 29 seconds on the big clock. Last question of the night. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ronald Dutch Reagan. Reagan was the president for most of the 80s, won 2 terms back to back. Good or bad, at least he didn't try and convince your kids to be get their genitals chopped off. I can give him that. All right, folks, let's end on that note. Let me run a couple things here. Again, reminding you guys of what to do if you got a right answer. Crow and I will be back on the other side of this right here, right now. Here's what you need to do. Go to www.mrburgertv.com and subscribe. The subscribe button's all the way down at the bottom. Pumpkin, click it, subscribe, get the goodness. Check out our latest Indiegogo campaign and look us up on fundmycomics.com. Hey, did you get a right answer on Mr. Burger's pop quiz? What you need to do is DM me at NerdNationInfo on Twitter or email me at MrBurger317@nerdnationmedia.com. Put your answer in and follow it up with contact information. We'll put you in a contest and we're going to give away free stuff every week. Every week. U.S. residents only. One winner per household for every 60 days. All of the films, but you got to do it. All right, folks. That is going to do it for us tonight. We appreciate anybody who came over from the usual, let's say, after Flash Crash crowd there. 10 seconds after I got the question, after this talking. The segment ends, to answer all but we do appreciate you coming over. We would appreciate it greatly if you would spread the word. Next month, between the 3rd and the 5th, a $50 Amazon gift card. Got to contact me through email, blah, 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 blah. And I will give you a plushie. I'll throw in a plushie and a $50 Amazon gift card if you can do it, because I think this particular question is the hardest one we've ever come up with. Is everybody? I hope everybody's ready, because let's see what we got. You've got to name all the movies in this clip section. You understand? You got to name all of them, all of the movies in this clip section. All right, let me bring it up on screen. Here we go. And going. All right. You have to name all of those, all of them, and you got 10 seconds to do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No takers. We're going to run that question. Nobody got that one. We're going to run that question until somebody gets it.
We got a One Punch Man Tolkien fan that just commented. Is that correct?
Let's see if you got all of them.
Before my time.
You have to get them all. He got a couple.
Well, now we got another answer from I Am Sin.
We got a couple. She's real close.
Ooh.
Yep. No. We're running it again next week. I'm going to do a totally different run next week. Totally different run. You guys qualify for a plushie, but I will make sure you get an Amazon. This is worth a $50 gift card. You all qualify for the plushie, but you do not qualify for the gift card this week. Next week, we will run that again. We will run it again. All right. We may do it on Sunday. We may do it on the Sunday show. So be ready for the after flash. Well, that's going to be the hardest one we do. So here we go. Let's go with another music question while I set up the big movie trivia coming up. I need the title and the artist. Title and the artist. Put your answers in the chat. No takers on this. It's a bit obscure. I like this group, but honestly it's a bit obscure. People may not know this one. It's one of my personals. Not that I'm in love with this band. Basically, this one song is the only one of theirs that I actually like.
Won't you come?
Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. I think somebody got it. One Punch Man got it. One Punch Man got it in the clutch. Well done, well done. Black Hole Sun. One Punch Man, he got it in the clutch. Well done, One Punch Man. Okay. Now, let's get into our documentary quiz question. Hang on here, folks. Let's see. Let me go ahead and set this up. All righty, Rooney. Let's see. Hang on a second. Rob, talk to the people while I set this up.
So far, so good answers right now.
Your,
I am Sin, One Punch Man Tolkien fan. Doing a great job so far.
They really are. I am so proud of the two of them. Jason's actually pretty good, but I think he bailed on us tonight. He's actually very good. He's good for the Sunday show as well. Okay, here we go. All right. Here we go with our first doc question. Here it is.
Was released 37 years ago today. Acclaimed as one of the great action movies and best sequels ever made, the making of story is as massive as you'd expect from a James Cameron film. With the success of Alien, 20th Century Fox were keen on a sequel, but it was delayed until 1983. At that time, James Cameron was sending his script for The Terminator to studios to find writing work. Walter Hill, exec producer on Alien, read it and said, "This is our guy."
In Alien, what was Newt's real name? The little girl in Alien, what was her real name? Was it A, Rebecca Jones, B, Rebecca Jordan, or C, Rebecca Smith? What do you think there, Rob? Getting clues?
It's not coming to me yet.
All right, let's see if the chat's got an answer. "17 seconds on the big clock." Anybody got an answer out there? Again, let me go over it one more time. What was Newt, the character, the young girl's character, the kid's character's name? Was it A, Rebecca Jones, B, Rebecca Jordan, or C, Rebecca Smith? You're an asshole, Gorman.
Yeah, that's
Rebecca Jordan, B, Rebecca Jordan coming in. Sin coming in clutch. One Punch Man gave it the guess and still got it. Well done, you guys. Well done, you guys. Well done.
Shooting from the hip and hoping for the best.
God, don't you love those obscure, weird questions? Let's see here. Okay, let's jump in with I tell you what, let's jump in with a Nickelodeon question. Here we go.
Ooh.
Melissa Joan Hart, who turned out to be a pretty good looking adult woman, played which darling teen who explains it all on Nickelodeon sitcom that was ran between 1991 and 1994. Give me the title of the show. What do you got there? Any ideas there, Rob? Any ideas?
My sister was one of the biggest fans of this show, so I was forced to watch it through default. But from what I remember, it was a pretty good show.
The ladies, our female demographic, gets it right off the bat.
Instantly answered.
Very stereotypical. $23 seconds, 20 seconds on the big clock.
That was Melissa Joan Hart. She ended up doing there was another thing she did. I think it was Drive Me Crazy.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then she kind of disappeared. Don't know where she went. 1 second. Clarissa explains it all. That's the answer. Don't have a clip on this because I'm not a 14-year-old, not a 14-year-old white girl. So I don't think I have a clip on it.
Yeah, it was Clarissa Explains It All was the name of the show.
Yep. Still, people's childhoods. You gotta love it. Let's do another quick question about aliens, shall we?
The Queen ripping Bishop in half. There was a model of Henriksen built in two halves, a top and a bottom part. This was hung in the ceiling, and when the model was twisted, the two parts came apart. Wires were then used to yank the parts in different directions. The model was filled with milk and yogurt, and that bursts out when Bishop is ripped in half. It's also what spurts from Henriksen's mouth. It wasn't refrigerated properly and made Henriksen ill.
Basically, not only did it, well, hold on a second. It made him so ill that they kept telling him to go home and kind of get over it, but he refused because he's a hell of a dedicated actor. He threw up dozens and dozens and dozens of times until James Cameron himself and Gail Ann Hurd had to basically drag him off the set because he was making everybody else sick. He refused to go home. Lance Henriksen is one of the most professional guys apparently you can work with. Arnold Schwarzenegger level professional. But here's the question. What's the name of the spaceship's main computer in the original Aliens called? Was it HAL 9000? A. Was it B, Joshua? Or was it C, Mother? Put your answers in the chat. By the way, the reason why I love the chat so much is they are sci-fi horror film experts.
Yeah, they answer really quick.
Yeah, they never miss a sci-fi question. A group, the most beautiful nerds on YouTube. $14 seconds on the clock. 8, 7, 6, 1. Mother is the answer to that particular question. Mother is the answer to that particular question. I frankly prefer. I think Ridley Scott did a great job on the first one, but Aliens is in my top 3 all-time favorite films. It is great. A literal masterpiece of movie making stuff. Just absolutely fantastic. Back to the Future, I think, is my number one all-time favorite, but Aliens is either second or third.
It has to be on the top of the best sequels of all time as well.
Yeah. Yep. Incredibly good. James Cameron can make a good sequel. He really can.
Terminator 2 as well.
Yep. Man's very good at follow-ups. Jumping into the 80s, here we go with another music questions. What Billy Joel song featured over 100 different headlines from 1949 to 1989? Was it A, Allentown, B, Pressure, or C, We Didn't Start the Fire? Again, one of the songs that got overplayed. This song and Alanis Morissette's Ironic and the theme song for Friends literally I wanted to literally smash the radio and rip it out of the dashboard of my car. They played this song entirely too much. And I remember a lot of metalheads in my people who listen to Danzig and Metallica were really pissed at this song. They really hated it because it was like Billy Joel was trying to invade their territory or something. I remember some guy who had on a Pantera t-shirt literally almost got in a fight with a guy because he said he liked this particular song. Anyway, any memories of this, Rob?
No, this is secondhand for me.
All right, moving on then.
I'm gonna have to go with their answers though. They look like they know what they're talking about. Yeah, Danzig is pretty awesome.
Me too, One Punch Man. Me too. Mm-hmm. We Didn't Start the Fire. We Didn't Start the Fire is the name of the tune. Ugh. Unfortunately, I have an example coming up.
Yep. We didn't start the fire.
Everybody knows it, but everybody hates it.
Yep. There it is.
Ew. Okay. Let's get a palate cleanser, shall we? Let's jump back into the 80s and give a quick listen to this. Tell me the title of the song and the name of the artist. Coming up here. Quick example coming up right now. Now that's goddamn music. See, the thing about the 80s is if you look at those guys playing the guitars, they're having fun, they're smiling, they're not miserable cocksuckers. They love life, they enjoy the rock and roll. It's fantastic. That was the 80s. Oh, you people that missed it. You poor chumps. Anywho. You saying that, Rob?
Yeah, was that Stacey Q's Two of Hearts?
How dare you? Well, if I was there, Rob, I would poke your eyes out with a pair of scissors. How dare you? Oh my God. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. good, wonderful, talented music. Oh, geez, wonderful. The Romantics, What I Like About You. How can you, if you don't get your heart pumping with that type of song, you're basically dead. All right, let's jump into one more quick one from the 80s, I believe. Let's jump into this one right here.
Caution! Too many families are discovering new plump and juicy extra crispy chicken at the same time. Tell your chicken lovers to savor the extra tasty, extra crispy crust in groups of 3 or less. And never enjoy those extra large pieces of plump and juicy extra crispy chicken when your neighbors are eating it too. New from the makers of Swanson Plump and Juicy, a dramatic breakthrough in extra crispy chicken.
Folks, let me explain something to you about this chicken. It was the weirdest thing. You would put it in the oven. My dad bought it. And I was relatively young, 10, 11, 12, when this stuff was out. You put it in the oven, and the top part of the chicken was crunchy and sort of edible. But the bottom part of it, this is the weirdest shit. It was greasy and soggy in kind of a weird way. It was really fucked up. And the chicken had a almost unreal flavor to it. It didn't really taste like chicken. It was really fatty. It was really greasy. And again, the top part of it, like this is the chicken. Like imagine this. And then the half of it was crunchy. And the other half was soggy and greasy skin. And it had a weird odor to it. It was fucked up. It was awful. And what was worse is if you put it in the microwave. You really did. It almost came out a grayish, brownish color. It was awful. It was horrific. You have never seen anything like this stuff. I'm telling you. It was. I can't. I'm starting to get sick even remembering it. My old man, I think he bought it like 3 times, and it's just nasty shit, man. Really horrible. You didn't want anything to do with that. That was another bad part of the 80s. It was really that stuff. Swanson food back then was extremely low quality. My God, it was death. You never tasted anything like it, folks. It was horrific. It was horrific. Awful, awful, awful. All right, moving on to our next one here. Thirty seconds. 30 seconds. Remember, folks, this is a re-upload. They took the other one down, so I'm basically repeating a lot of the quiz from last time. The next quiz will be brand new, but I had to redo this one because of YouTube rules. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Duran Duran is the answer to this particular question. If you got that answer, please put it in the chat, and I'll show you where to email it. Duran Duran, Kings of the 80s. These videos were all over the place. MTV, every other video was a Duran Duran video there between 1982 and 1987. They were just everywhere. You couldn't turn around without running into Duran Duran. And let me point something out also interesting about the 80s. Let me just show you this real quick. Very interesting fact. Very important. Hang on a second. I'll get to it. one of the things that is unique about the 80s is that if you look very closely right here, let me see if I can highlight this. If you look very closely right there, you'll notice that women in the 80s didn't have penises. Okay? There were no chicks with dicks. There were actually real women, real girls that populated the 80s, if you know what I mean. So you can be reasonably sure in this video that the lady that you're looking at, or whatever, all the women in this video basically were